accompany her to the podium. The drama continues. Onlookers groan against the outstretched arms of the police to catch a glimpse of Ballard's coffin. The desire to see the funerary box is so great that all of Ballard's floral arrangements were thrown out to the mob to keep them at bay. The only proof that the flowers had ever existed, Wilson remembers, were the bare wire and styrofoam frames left lying on the sidewalk. Florence Ballard's passing signals to Wilson that the dream 3 black teenagers had were stripped down to the bare wire and styrofoam frames of memory. The essence of who these women were, the flowers, are hurled to a virtual mob still craving the image past and present of these women with whom they have grown up in the neighborhood, in concert halls, at the sock hops, and on television. Wilson, mourning the loss of her friend, remains the last witness at Ballard's final resting place. Everyone else saunter back to their cars after her coffin settles firmly at the bottom of the grave. How did 3 teenage little girls come to this? A bewildered Wilson asks. When did our dream die? And in a bittersweet farewell to her friend and colleague in song, Wilson promises, "Don't worry, Flo, I'll take care of it." 10 years later, Wilson initiates the African tradition of remembering the dead by publishing her autobiography, Dreamgirl, My Life as a Supreme. And here they are, as they were before Diana Ross and the Supremes. This is when they were the Supremes. Any black woman in entertainment desirous of stardom has to emulate the industry's set notions about beauty standards. Dorothy Dandridge embodies the star image in the 1940s and 1950s, and Diane Carroll carries it out as far as possible in the 1980s. Whoopi Goldberg, however, slashes Hollywood's standard look in the 1980s and 90s, and in its stead offers the public a personality and star image Audrey Edwards, editor-at-large of Essence magazine, terms as the dark-skinned, dreadlocked, gap-toothed, hoodoo acting woman. Goldberg gives the public a dose of her hoodoo act at the 1993 New York Friars Club roast in her honor. Ted Danson, Goldberg's then boyfriend, Hollywood actor and master of ceremony, roasts her in a tuxedo and most blasphemous in blackface. An excerpt from his tribute to her reads, "This morning I was shaving and wondering what I was going to say this afternoon, and Whoopi was giving me a blowjob. I know comparisons are odious, but I gotta tell you, black chicks sure do know their way around a dick. I suppose in all fairness, that's because white girls get toys at Christmas." In her closing remarks at the roast, Goldberg says, "Well, I give good head. I make no bones about it. Those of you who have had it know I'm telling the truth. And that's why Ted got me." More jarring is Goldberg's admission that she wrote Danson's skit and suggests he wear blackface. Now, in listening to the footsteps of the dance on the white page gives us a kaleidoscope of black women. As griots of the stories of black women in entertainment, their dance of storytelling widens the circle of black women writing. When we read their stories, we dance with them on the white page. When we listen to their footsteps on the white page, we save them from the ash heap of forgetfulness and carry with us a world of memories to pass on to generation to generation. We have listened to the footsteps of the dance on the white page. Thank you.
We still have a good amount of time for questions. So if anybody would like to ask Dr. Dreher questions.